last episode of Shooting the Breeze, Guy went through what gear he's shooting this year, and he mentioned he's shooting an Overdraw Rest. So I'm going to go through why we shoot an Overdraw Rest and the benefits of having that. It's not a new thing having an Overdraw Rest. It's been around for quite a while. It just went out of fashion. And Jesse Broadwater brought it back into fashion with his Jesse Rest, and now the Freakshow Rest, which is designed for him and by him in association with AAE. One of the reasons why Guy and I shoot with an overdraw is because we're pushing through the bow and most of the torque and movement is coming through our wrist, which means the pivot point of the bow has been moved back. So you want to move the rest contact with your arrow so that its pivot point is above the wrist as well, because that's where the pivot point is. If you're shooting with pressure through your hand but you're finding that you're moving a bit from side to side in the handle rather than your wrist, you're going to want to move your pivot point right to where the Berger hole is, because that's where your pivot point is. There's no point having an overdraw if that's how you shoot, because it's just going to totally cancel itself out. Another reason why we shoot with the overdraw is because you're going to get more speed out of your bow, because since you're moving it back, it's going to leave the bow earlier. This also means you can cut your arrows shorter, which again is going to give you more speed. Just keep an eye when you are cutting your arrows down that you leave enough margin there, because you don't want to cut them too short. Now with the overdraw, it's really important to check your center shot, because you're going to find with this that your center shot's going to be really touchy. So when you're tuning your bow, really work on your center shot if you're going to have an overdraw. Now if you're going to decide to shoot an overdraw and you're going to shoot feeder, there's an important rule you need to keep an eye on. Otherwise you're going to get pulled up and then you might have to change it at a tournament, which you don't want to do. It's not ideal. The furthest away that you can have the contact of the rest with the arrow from the Berger hole is 60 mil. So generally we set ours at about 49 mil. In saying that, don't just set it to 60 mil thinking, oh, I'm going to push it all the way at 60 mil, it's going to be the best. It needs to be above your pivot point. But I'll just show you now where the 60 mil is on this. So it's about that far. But again, just make sure you measure it, because you will turn up to tournaments and judges will be really narky about it. So, and you don't want to have to change something that major at a major tournament, because it's going to stuff everything up and your bow's not going to be tuned. So that's why we shoot overdraw. If you guys have got any more questions, feel free to ask us on Facebook. We're happy to answer. And try it out, see if it works for you. It might not work for you. You might be better having it closer in. But we definitely love having the overdraw.